All right, in this shoot today, we're going to be taking a peek at a suite of 6 pear-shaped diamonds, all ranging from the carat 70 range to a little over 2 carats, and all nice white goodies. E through G in color is the range that we're going to be taking a peek at today. This first pear shape, which happens to be one of my favorite pear shapes in this lot, this first one is in the 170 range. It's a GSI1. It's got excellent shape appeal, nice rounded shoulders here, nice length to width ratio, minimal to, like no bow tie. There's no bow tie action happening in either one of these. The second one that we're looking at, and you got nice bright reflections across the belly, and really good shape appeal in this pear shape. So this happens to be one of my favorites in this lineup. Okay, this next one showing a little more darkness along the top of it than the other one, and also under in this portion of the pear shape as well. So it kind of makes me lean more towards that one. That second one in the lineup is another stone in the 170s and is an FSI1. Okay, so it has a harder contrast pattern to it, but it's not terrible. I just prefer this one more. This one has a different shape to it completely, even though its length to width ratio is nice. You'll notice the very high shoulders on this one as opposed to the more rounded shoulders on these other 2 pear shapes. Okay, so that's something, it gives the, I don't know, it's just not that perfect teardrop shape that you look for in a pear. And the optics on this one as well, a lot of dark zones in this one too. So whenever you see, whenever pear shapes have, pear shapes do have light leakage in them by the nature of their cut, but when diamonds exhibit extraneous light leakage, particularly in pear shapes, you're going to get a lot more of those darker zones within. So I really don't care for that, and we're going to steer you away from that. All right, so we'd cancel that from the list too. Okay, between this one and that one, I definitely like this one better for those reasons, but my number 1 pick would still go to the first one, the first GSI1. All right, the 4th diamond in this lineup, another nice one. No bow tie in it, nice bright reflections across the belly. Another bright pear shape. This particular one is a this one here, we're approaching the 190s, okay, and this is a GSI2 pear shape in the 190s. Okay, so maybe before we leave this lighting environment, we'll in fact, maybe we'll hand-pick according to this lighting environment, since the diffused lighting environment is most important, and look at the fire and sparkle then between the top picks in this video. Okay, so the first one and the 4th one. Okay, GSI2, GSI1 in the pear shapes. All right, this next one here that we're going to look at is a, this one is hitting the 2 carat mark. We're in the 2 carat range with this one. And this one is an E color SI1. This is also a pretty good looking stone. There is a few more darker, I shouldn't say, it's not darker inclusions, but darker reflections in this one. Not dramatic like in this one. So in the 2 carat size, this is not a bad looking pear shape here. I do like the overall shape, and of course your length to width ratios are all in what we would say the cherry zone. Okay, and this last pear shape in the lineup, and the last pear shape we're going to be looking at in this video, is another 2 carat, and that's a GSI1. All right. And also a pretty good looking stone. A little bit of darkness up here in the stone within some of the pear shapes, but that's not completely abnormal. It's just when it's over darkness, like in that one, which by the way was a 190 pear shape. I'm sorry, 180s FSI2 was this one. So my picks in this clip would be pear shape number 1. All right, pear shape number 1, pear shape number 4, and between these 2 characters, I think I might side with the E. Okay, so those will be my top 3 picks in this suite of 5 pear shapes. All right, let's go into spotlighting. All right, I just took the liberty of taking those 3 top picks of mine and putting them side by side here in the diffuse lighting. And as you can see, all of them, their shape appeal is excellent. They all have that nice teardrop shape for a pear shape. None of them have distinct bow ties, no obvious bow ties in them. These are all kind of looking good. So here is where you let the eyeballs do the talking. And not for nothing, and it's not even because of the size of it, but I'd be real tempted to get that 2-carat ESI1. You know, I know there's that mental thing about going over 2 carats also, and there's no hard bow tie in it either. So that's pretty darn good. All right, I'm actually going to finish out the rest of this video with these 3 diamonds, just for sake of keep this thing easy. All right, so into spotlighting we go. All right, this is our dimmer spotlighting environment. And wow. Now, usually in pear-shaped diamonds, and even well-cut pear-shaped diamonds, you're going to get, you're generally going to get your stronger fire elements across the belly area, just like you see in these first 2 pear shapes. All right, you can see those stronger flashes of fire popping out of these guys. All right, and that's normal. Okay, we expect that from well-cut pear shapes. We want strong light return intensity at the belly, and then just due to the nature of their cut, pear shapes are generally going to have leakage, going down to the points and up at the top around the head there. But look at this 2-carat here. All right, this is throwing off some pretty good fire and sparkle throughout the entire stone. Okay, so the body does take on a little bit of a darker appearance in spotlighting, but that happens to all ideal cuts. So that's not really what I would say a bad thing. Okay, right? So you see all that sparkle action happening down here, whereas you don't have it here. All right. So I also want you to keep in mind that spotlighting is not the most popular lighting environment that you're going to observe pear shapes or diamonds in general, because people, us human beings, are in diffuse type lighting environments more than we are in spotlighting. Okay. And just for fun, we're going to bring this into a stronger spotlighting environment. All right, and here we are in the stronger spotlighting. And once again, you can see your stronger flashes of fire in these 2 happening at the belly of the pear shapes. And then look at that last 2-carat. I mean, yow! That's putting out some really good fire and sparkle in spotlighting. But just bear in mind, this lighting here, this is like standing in an elevator in Las Vegas. You got all the pinpoint lights going on. Wow. All right. And we're going to see if we can shoot some video now for you by the window. It is a kind of a dark, cloudy day here in New York. It's not the optimal lighting for shooting diamonds in natural daylight, but we're going to give it a shot and see how these come out. Alrighty, now as I mentioned earlier, it's not the brightest of days out, but here is the 170. I'm sorry, this is a little over 170 in the GSI-1. That was the first pear shape. Here is the fourth one, which was the in the 190s GSI-2. Here in really what behind me is a dark, cloudy day. Okay. Between these two, I'm kind of you know, it's a tough choice. These are two very similar. I kind of favor this this one here in the 170s maybe a tad more. I know 190s is definitely the harder size to find, but I'm favoring this one. It's symmetry, it's optical symmetry, the distribution of light in it, very nice. I'm going to leave this one out, and I'm going to bring the 2-carat into this equation. Okay. And on my right is that 2-carat. And, well, you know, you can see the bright reflections extending further into the stone on this 2-carat. I really don't think you would be disappointed in that. So, really, if I had to narrow it down to my two top favorites, these two here would I think is what I would definitely boil it down to. All right. So we have the GSI-1 on the left and the ESI-1 on the right. Okay. So David did a good job at the acquisition process. He happens to be out sick today, so I got Dad shooting the videos for him. All right. And I hope this has helped. Thank you for watching. You guys who are learning about diamonds, hit subscribe in the upper left-hand corner. And as we release new videos on the bling factor, you guys and gals will be able to keep up with us here on YouTube. And we appreciate your subscriptions and your comments. Keep them coming. Thank you for watching.